Hello, welcome. Welcome. This is the global community for adults who are healing CPTSD. My name is Athena, and we have all been showing up here together and checking in with one another for almost 10 years now. And we come together about once a week. We share what works in our healing journey, and we also share what hasn't been working for us. So it's a joy, it's an honor to be here, healing right beside you. I definitely do not have it all figured out. I don't think anyone ever arrives, and if they tell you they do, it's a lie. I don't think any of us ever truly just figures it all out. I believe that healing is this continuous, beautiful, lifelong journey. There are parts that are easier than others. There are parts that are a little more difficult than others. There are some moments that feel beautiful, beyond comprehension. And there are other moments that feel so painful, we think they will swallow us whole. But the common thread in all of it is that when we are here and we are together, we are not doing it alone. And I don't believe that we were meant to navigate this healing journey alone. I believe that we are worthy of safe enough community. And the reason I say safe enough community is because there's no such thing as 100% safety. We can never be 100% purely certain that we are safe 100% at any given moment. And so what we have attempted to do here on Mondays is we've attempted to create a safe enough community for adults who are healing CPTSD, who identify with having a relational trauma background, who have experienced repeated relational trauma. And we've all decided that we're going to come together every week and check in on one another. How are you doing? How are you feeling? How was your week? What were your highs? What were your lows? I used to say that to my son every day when he would come home from school, or when I would pick him up from school, or from daycare, or from baseball practice, or from Cub Scouts, or football, or swimming, or whatever extracurricular he had going on. I would often ask him, what were your highs and lows today? What did you learn? What new thing did you learn today? So I guess this is me sort of checking in with you. I mean, it's one of my favorite sort of strand of memories that I have with my son. He's 31 years old now. But those moments of connecting with him on a daily basis, what were your highs and lows today? Did you meet anybody new today? Who did you have lunch with? Those are the moments. Those are the consistent, connected moments that I enjoy the most, that I remember so vividly, and that I miss. I mean, I miss a lot of other things as well, but so I want to check in with you. Thank you for choosing to be here. Again, my name is Athena, and we've all been showing up here for about 10 years to share in this journey, this healing journey. I'm so glad you've chosen to be here with us today. So each week we have a bit of a theme. This week's theme is becoming more aware and open. And one of our community's favorite poets and artists is Morgan Harper Nichols, and her artwork is what you see up on the screen. And she's inviting us to pause and take the time to get to know ourselves, either get to know ourselves again or for the very first time ever. And then we have our compassionate healing strategy by Dr. Ariel Schwartz. And she's inviting us to check in and do a bit of a weather report and forecast. And we're going to do some breath work together, as we always do. And then we will end our time together with our Loving the Self affirmation, written by Lisa A. Romano. And her invitation to us today is to check in with ourselves and truly become aware and know that we are more than our emotions. We are more than our thoughts. We are more than our feelings. We are more than what it is that we're processing while we're healing CPTSD, right? We are more than our past. I love that reminder. So we are becoming more aware. It's just an invitation. It's not a mandate. I'm inviting you to be here with me this evening, to become more aware and more open. And if my voice sounds a little bit scratchy this week, I attended a holiday function with a lot of people. And sometimes if I do a lot of peopling, the first thing to go is my voice. So it's tough when you use your voice for a living, right? Like when you talk for a living and you hold sacred, safe spaces for others for a living. So if my voice becomes a bit of a distraction for you, my deepest apologies. There are 400, almost 500 replays that you can listen to on this channel and in other places. This channel is sponsored by the Foundation for Post-Traumatic Healing and Complex Trauma Research. There is a link in the description section of this video, and there is a link in the chat box as well as the pinned comment, and I invite you to join us over there if you'd like to be connected on a daily basis rather than just once a week here on Mondays. But regardless, I'm so happy that you've chosen to be here today. So I just want to pause, and before we get started with our breath work and our meditation, our invitation, our healing strategy, our affirmation, all of that, I just want to say hello really quick to those who are here for our time together. Hello, I'm waving back to you, Jeffrey Sherman. Hello. Hello to you, Midnight Blue. I'm sending you back emojis. Hello to you, the Carswell Project. First time here. Oh, my hand is on my heart. We are all so grateful that you have chosen to be here with us. So great to have you here with us. Hello, Ninja Taco. Great to see you, Recovery Buddy. Always so great to see you. Hello to anyone else I haven't greeted by name. It's so good to... Hello, Mandy J and Lil J. I'm waving at you. So glad you made it. Hello to you, Sarah. Great to have you. So we will start with some breath work. We're going to do our 4-7-8 breath this week, back by popular demand. Thank you so much for communicating your preference and your delight with the 4-7-8 breath. I'm so glad it's helping you to regulate your nervous system. Nervous system regulation has been a bit of a game changer for me in the last few years. I really started kind of introducing the idea of nervous system regulation and sort of adding it to my repertoire or my toolbox for healing trauma back in early 2020, late 2019, early 2020. And I gotta tell you, it's been a pretty transformational few years, and I feel like really checking in with the body and figuring out how it is that I'm feeling in the body has sort of amplified and helped and augmented my healing in every other area of my trauma recovery. So it's not that I'm saying that nervous system regulation is the only thing you need, or DBT is the only way, or CBT, or trauma-focused CBT, or EMDR, or, any of these modalities, somatic experiencing, or acceptance and commitment therapy, or, you know, trauma-informed yoga, trauma-sensitive yoga. Like, I'm not saying that any one thing is what we need. You are the only one who is going to know what is best for you and when. Yes, Midnight Blue, a holistic approach, taking the whole body into consideration, the whole being. We're going to take the whole being into consideration. And you are the expert of you. You are the one who is going to know what you need on any given day, at any given moment. So thank you so much for being here. As always, I will describe my setup for you. Many of you know I have a couple of different areas where I like to work. I do love to work from my really comfortable spot where I can prop my feet out in front of me and get a nice big stretch. Oh, just thinking about that gave me a really nice yawn. So the goal of this breath work is extending the exhale longer than the inhale so we can activate our parasympathetic nervous system, which will typically cause us to yawn or breathe really deeply. So if you can get a nice big stretch or a nice big yawn when we do our breath work, then that is fantastic. And if every single time you come here week after week and you just hear me talking and reading to you, if that causes you to yawn, then that's great too. That means that your body is finding ways to feel safe enough. And when we are able to yawn, our brain and our body is communicating with one another. They're communicating with one another and deciding that there isn't an imminent threat. We are safe enough in this moment, safe enough to yawn. So we are not in our sympathetic nervous system where our fight or our flight is activated. We're in our parasympathetic nervous system. And that's what that extended exhale does for us. Because think about it. If you were being chased by an animal that was going to devour you, you wouldn't have time to do an extended exhale. So that's the goal here. So I'm in my second favorite work spot, and I'm getting ready to create a third workspace out on my patio this weekend. Over Christmas weekend, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up this little spot. I have a little round chair thingy, and I'm going to set up a workspace so that I can work out there. Not while I'm recording here with you, because it would be much too loud, but when I'm doing work where I'm not hosting a group or a call and doing client work, like maybe when I'm doing administrative work. So I'm in my second favorite work spot. I have a beautiful, serene view that I'm glancing at outside on my patio with all my beautiful plants. And we're going to do our 4-7-8 breath, which translates to an inhale of 4 counts, a pause for 7 counts, and an exhale for 8 counts. So we will inhale for 4, pause for 7, exhale for 8. We will do that 4 times. I will count us in on our first breath and our fourth breath, and we'll be on our own on our second and third breath. Let us begin. In 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 3, 2, 1. Pause. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. On your own now. Again. Last time together now. Breathe in 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Pause. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Well done. Oh. I got 2 yawns. I had one that was beginning on my second breath, and then I just got to have one now. How about you? Greetings and warm welcome to anyone I haven't yet greeted by name. Hello, very warm welcome to you, Ashley. Hello, very warm welcome to you, Abigail. Hello, very warm welcome to you, Lisa. So good to have you here. Really glad you're here. So my eyes are watering, which usually happens when I do the yawns. I'm just gonna attend to my watery eyes for a moment here. It's interesting, all the different parts of the body and how they communicate with one another, that we are able to just rest for a moment. So our meditation this week, as always, is with Morgan Harper Nichols. Her artwork is what you see up on the screen right now. She is inviting us this week to take the time to get to know ourselves, either again or for the very first time, which is part of our theme of becoming more aware and more open. How aware am I of who I am? How open am I to who I am? Those are my questions for myself. Morgan says, I hope the rest of this December is the month you take the time to get to know yourself again, or for the first time. Because even if you can recall a million little details about your life and everything that has led you to this point, this also remains true. There is more to you. And it matters to spend time getting to know the you at the root, the you that extends beyond the ways you may have already bloomed. Because chances are you may have already bloomed in some way by learning how to follow a set of rules or expectations. You may have already learned how to jump into action and to be present in order to help others and get things done. And here's the thing, those ways you may have learned to bloom, they can lead to a lot of good. You may have learned to pay attention to others or figured out how to be a good friend. Perhaps you've figured out how to be the family member who does the inner work. Or perhaps you've learned to become a community member who's learned to shine brightly and bloom. Perhaps you've learned how to get things done. But sometimes all of the ways you've learned to bloom may have come at the expense of your ability to just be you. To just let some part of you bloom and come alive as a wildflower in a field who has no expectation to bloom in a certain way. Like a chosen flower for a perfectly manicured garden. Perhaps you have a part of you that may want to explore just for the sake of exploring. Or maybe you want to be a part of something without always having to be the one to start it. Perhaps there's a part of you that just wants to fall in love without fear, to dream big without worrying that you'll be judged as selfish or childish. And in the same way that wildflowers grow in the most unexpected places, perhaps there are parts of you that want to come alive in the most unexpected ways. And it is important to take the time to get to know those parts of yourself, the parts of yourself that may have been eagerly waiting for some attention. So, here's to taking the time to get to know yourself again, or for the very first time. Here's to taking the time to let some part of yourself bloom in an unexpected way, even if it takes some time to find your rhythm. Because while you may have already bloomed in some ways, there is more to you. And it is important to continue to invest time into getting to know yourself. And maybe this process will lead to the kind of life where you can look back and see how you grew in authenticity and in courage day by day. I love Morgan. I know I say that every week, but I really love her. She just gets it, you know? She just gets it. So I want to pause and I want to just check in and say hello to anyone I may not have greeted yet. Hello to you, Ashley and Abigail. I believe I said hello. Hello to you, Lisa. Hello, John Harvey. So good to see you. We were missing you. We're so glad to see you as always. Hoping you're doing well. We are transitioning. We already did our breath work and our meditation. We're transitioning into our compassionate healing strategy. And I can't see very good. I'm getting kind of old. I turned 50. Alexa, turn on the lamp.
Okay.
Thank you. Have you ever tried to say thank you to one of your robots? She says something super cute back to you like every time. Alexa, thank you.
Good afternoon, Athena. You're so welcome. Your kindness really gives me a charge. Hope you've had a good Monday.
This just tickles me. So our compassionate healing strategy today is derived from acceptance and commitment therapy, and it is called the weather report and forecast. So it's helping us to become more aware of and more open to ourselves and the environments we find ourselves in. So, Dr. Ariel says, emotions are like the weather. This practice, this healing strategy, invites you to take a mindful look at your current weather report. For example, you might notice that you feel calm and relaxed like a sunny day. Or maybe you feel stirred up like a tornado because someone ignored your boundaries. You can create a weather forecast as you prepare for upcoming events. Perhaps you're thinking of attending some holiday events. I'm not sure. But if you are, maybe this could be a tool you could put in your toolbox. So, when we create a weather forecast for upcoming events, it's important to keep in mind, just as a prediction of rain helps us to remember to bring our umbrella, we can be better able to prepare ourselves when we choose to take an honest look at challenging events. For example, if you know you are visiting with a critical family member, you might plan for stormy emotions of sadness, hurt, and anger. This awareness can remind you to make changes that you can feel more, so that you can feel more protected and grounded and connected to your center, such as staying at a hotel instead of in your childhood home. Or you might even choose not to visit at all. The choice is up to you. So let us take a few breaths together, and then perhaps we can work on creating a weather report for our current emotional landscape. Let's do some box breathing together, okay? We'll go in for 4, pause for 4, out for 4, pause for 4, okay? We'll take a couple of those breaths together. Breathe in 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Pause. 3, 2, 1. On your own now. Again. Last time together now. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Pause. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Pause. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Beautiful. So now that we took a few breaths, well, hello, warm welcome to you, Jennifer. Jennifer's my age. I'm a little older than you. Jennifer says I'm going to be 50 next year. I'm a 1974 baby. Well, happy early birthday to you. Well, thank you for your choice, John Harvey. John Harvey's choice is not necessarily visiting family, but he will be visiting a chocolate cake. It sounds like a great choice, John Harvey. Yes, please. Let's see if I can do a little piece of cake here. This isn't chocolate cake, John Harvey, but that's for you. And that is for all of you. So now that we have done some box breathing together, let's create a weather report for our current emotional landscape. Let us reflect upon any events that may have shaped this weather pattern. And now that we've gained awareness of our emotions, let us see if we can offer ourselves the gift of self-acceptance. For example, we might say to ourselves, I'm okay, just as I am. Or, my emotions are welcome here. Now, think about an upcoming event. The invitation here is to create a weather forecast that helps to predict how we might feel during an upcoming event. We can prepare for the muddy, messy moments of life by paying attention to the signs of a storm ahead. And remember, though, that we cannot always predict the weather accurately. Sometimes how we actually feel in the moment may be different from what we expected. And as we practice our weather forecasts, let us notice if our accuracy increases over time. I love that. So we have a bit of a break coming up next week because it's Christmas and the following week is New Year's. So I want to check in with you before we do our Loving the Self-affirmation. I want to ask how you are feeling about not being here together on Christmas evening or New Year's evening. And I want to warmly welcome any big feelings or small feelings that come up for you in that. I'll be spending some time with loved ones on both Christmas evening and on New Year's evening. And I don't think we have been necessarily like apart or had a bit of like a break like that in the last few years. I believe it's been about 5 years since we had a week or two break, and I think that was because I was sick. So how do you feel about that? About not being here together on Christmas evening and New Year's evening? What does that bring up for you, if anything at all? My hand is on my heart, and everything is welcome here. Yeah, Midnight Blue says, I'm sure time will go by. Yeah, absolutely. Time will go by. I don't typically take any time off, but I've been a little under the weather and fighting some sleep disturbances this time of year, which is super common for me. But I will be really, really grateful to spend some time with my loved ones and come back here refreshed. Dr. Ariel is beginning a 3 or 4 week series on healing some of the depressive symptoms and the depressive presentation of CPTSD. And then that's January 8th that we start that. And then in February, we talk about emotional dysregulation and ways we can feel more emotionally regulated more often. So I'm looking forward to that. John Harvey says, I will be okay because you deserve to be with your family. Thank you so much, John Harvey. Oh, thank you so much, Midnight Blue. You all are so wonderful. Thank you. So we have our Loving the Self affirmation and Lisa's invitation to us on becoming more aware and open. Talks all about how we are more than our past. Lisa says, for so long, I have been unable to take control over my emotions. I allowed anger and sadness and guilt and doubt and confusion to consume my being. But today I know that emotions are only a small part of who I am. I am not my feelings. I'm not my fears or my anger. I can think, I can laugh, I can dance, I can breathe. I can close my eyes and tap into the abundance that is around me anytime I want to. I just need to remind myself to do so. So today I will find something in nature to adore. And in spite of the emotions I know may be rolling around inside me somewhere, I know that I am more than my feelings. I am more than my past. Yes, we are. If you are over in our community, the foundation, I will be leading our daily recovery support call on Christmas at 12 noon Eastern. And Ashni will be leading a daily recovery support call on Christmas at 8 p.m. I will also be leading a support call at 12 noon Eastern on New Year's Day, and Ashni will be able to be there with you on New Year's evening at 8 p.m. Eastern. And the topic will be just sitting with the feelings that are coming up surrounding the holidays. It really is wide open for any type of support that is necessary. So while I will not be here on YouTube, I will be over at the foundation, and I will be providing support in the morning and afternoon. And then I'll be with my loved ones. The Carswell Project says, I'll find someone to chat with. You be with loved ones. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Jeffrey Sherman says, sounds good. Emotional dysregulation is a potent topic for many of us. Absolutely it is. Yes. I agree. For me personally, and I know for many of us, it's so relatable. I'm learning continuously how to regulate my emotions for sure. Lisa says, I hope we'll all be able to enjoy the holidays. I hope so too, Lisa. And at the same time, if for any reason you don't enjoy the holidays, please know that that's okay. I struggle around the holidays. I really do. And more and more as I go for walks and I'm just silent and just listening, whether I'm in the market or in a park or just walking around a mall, all the conversations that I'm overhearing between people are all about struggles going on right now. Really big struggles, all surrounding the holidays. So please just know if you're struggling, you are not alone. Mandy J and Lil J say, I really like Lisa A. Romano. I do too. Yeah, I enjoy her affirmations a lot. And they also say, my emotions have run my life. Yeah. Likewise. Hello, Touch. Warm welcome to you. I think I'm meeting you for the first time. Touch says, I just hopped on YouTube in an effort to distract myself from my really strong emotions. Hello, Sharon. Sharon says, holidays are always a struggle for me. Yeah, absolutely valid, you guys. I see you. I just want to witness you with such compassion. Truly. It's, you're not alone. Everything that you're experiencing is so valid given all you've been through. I see you. I hear you. So please be extra kind and extra patient and extra gentle with yourself this holiday season. I will either see you over on our daily recovery support calls, or I will see you back here on YouTube Monday, January 8th, 7 p.m. Eastern. I love you all so much. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for allowing me to be in yours. I'll be missing you. Good night, everybody.